Hey everybody, I am really excited to bring to you today the Combat Survivor. We're going to be building this knife with Zebrawood scales, stainless steel pin stock, stainless thong hole tubing, and a CKK exclusive Decrofill pin just to add a little pizzazz. Enjoy the video.
All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this beautiful gift box. We're going to take our blade out. This particular kit comes as just the blade, so you'll also need to order the pin stock and thong hole tubing. We're going to go ahead and wrap the blade for protection. Don't be afraid to be generous with the tape on here. You want to make sure that the sharp blade does not poke through and cut you. Next thing we're going to do is just make sure that we've got everything that we need. Our Zebrawood handle scales, the thong hole tubing, and the pin stock are available in 6-inch pieces. We've already cut these down to the length that we need. So now we're just going to take our first scale, look at which part we want on the outside, and we are going to tape it to the tang of the knife. Make sure you got some meat hanging off each side. That way when you sand down, you got room to do it. Then we're going to drill our holes. So when you do this, just make sure that you clamp it down well. I mean, you can use a hand drill and everything, but it's a lot easier if you can clamp it down. Make sure that the holes are good and straight. As you can see, we've got it sitting on another block of wood so that when we run through the bottom, we don't worry about hitting metal or anything hard with our bit. Lets our bit last a lot longer. And of course, the beauty of having the non-drilled scales is you can determine where you want to put your pin stock. You could do 2 holes, you could do 3 holes, you could do 1 hole and just do thong hole if you wanted to. You could do no thong hole tubing. It's completely up to you. As you can see too, once we've put 1 hole in, we go ahead and just stick the pin stock in there. That's just to help hold everything still so that you prevent the handle material from kind of shifting. We're going to go ahead and repeat that for the other side. And then once we've done that, we're just going to clean off our tang. What we want to do is kind of clean it and roughen it up a little bit. We just want the epoxy to be able to get a good grip on the metal. Now we're going to mix our epoxy. Remember, you do have to work fairly quickly once you've done this. Even though you're going to let this set up for 24 hours for it to fully cure, it partially cures pretty quick. So you don't want to start mixing it and then walk away because you got to answer the phone or do something like that. Once you're at this point, you want to be focused on it. You want to mix it, you want to get it onto your scales, nice and smooth and even, and you want to get your scales onto the tang and get the pin stock and thong hole tubing into it. And don't worry about it if you get a little bit too much on the handle scales. It's not a big deal. It will squeeze out, and remember, we're going to sand all this down anyway, so it'll go away. The important thing is to make sure that you put the epoxy on the proper side of the scale. Then we're just going to put our pin stock and our thong hole tubing in. This again, make sure that everything is perfectly lined up before we clamp it down.
Man, that Decrofill is some good looking pin stock in this kit. Decrofill is a CKK exclusive. Comes in over a dozen colors. Comes in copper, brass, and carbon fiber. And it's in 1/4 inch and 3/16 diameters. It works just like mosaic pin stock. You're just going to glue it in, no peening necessary. And it looks awesome in any of the knife kits. So remember, when you go to get your next kit, just swing by the Decrofill section of the website. If you want to see it now, click the link right here. Take you straight to it.
And when you clamp, you want to make sure that you clamp everything nice and even. You don't want too much pressure at one end and not enough pressure at the other end. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and peen our pin stock. So the middle piece of pin stock that we're using here is Decrofill. That you are not going to peen because that is strictly decorative. But the other ones you are going to. Now, once we've allowed it to cure for 24 hours, we're going to go ahead and take the clamps off and sand it down. Now, when we sand, we're going to use multiple grits of sanding belt here. Start with a coarse one to get the handle material down a little bit quicker, and then we're going to go finer and finer as we do a final finish. As you can see, the sanding belt will nicely sand down the pin stock, the thong hole tubing, and everything, as that's a little bit softer metal to allow you to do it. And once we've got everything sanded down to your liking and it's the shape that you want, we'll just polish it out. As you can see, we're holding this blade with both hands. That is very important when you do this because the polishing wheel is about the most dangerous item in your shop. So it'll grab that blade and just yank it right out of your hand.
So now you see just how easy it is to build a knife kit. The next thing you got to do is just go right to our website, knifekits.com, and order one for yourself. When you finish it, do me a favor though, take pictures and send them to us. That way we can post them up on the website and on social media. If you've enjoyed this video, please take the time to like it, click the subscribe button, and click the notification button. We've got a lot more to come. Thanks for stopping by.